I do, man. Excellent. And Kevin, you do the Sammy songs, right?
Yes, I do.
You do a great job, by the way.
Thanks, bro.
That's really tricky to pull off, as you well know. I mean, Sammy's range is insane. How do you find that the crowd reacts when you do a Sammy song? What is their usually reaction?
The Sammy fans love it.
They love it?
And the Roth fans go to the bathroom or go to the...
Oh, really?
No, he's lying. He's lying. I told you before that they love the way he does it.
I have converted a few Roth fans.
You have?
I shouldn't say Roth fans. I should say Sammy haters.
Right. It's so funny. I mean, I love both sides. You know, Roth is my favorite, but I love the Sammy stuff as well.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's all good. So, but it's funny how there is such a divide, right? I mean, there is such a divide between the Sammy fans and the fans. But it's cool that you guys do both because it's nice. It makes a well-rounded show.
Yeah.
You know what I
We're
mean?
the only ones that do it.
Really, it's the truth.
I
Yeah.
never understood the divide.
Right.
They're both great.
Yeah, they're both great. It's just different eras, right? It's just crazy. So in terms of hitting those ranges, I mean, those ranges are pretty up there.
They're
So
high,
tell-
but Michael Anthony sings pretty darn high.
Yes, he does.
So,
Yes, he
doing
does.
that all night. It's
Yeah.
right kind of in the same range. A little
Yeah,
higher, but,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
What I usually do is grab him by the balls.
Yeah. It's like, it's lucky.
I'm a wedgie, you
Shows
know.
our type.
That's great. That's great. So now, do you evoke the mic look or no? You don't go for like these guys dress
No,
very.
these guys
Yeah.
nail it. They're
Yeah.
Eddie and Dave. That's
Right.
Cool. I mean, I've been doing the hat look since before I was. You know, if you can't look like Mike and Sammy at the same time.
Right. That's the truth. That's great. So what do you guys think of the future of the band is? Do you think there is a future, or do you think it's over?
Are we talking our band? Or
No, not your band. No. Van Halen.
Do I think it's over? You know what? I would love to actually see another Sammy tour, to be honest with you.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. Because the music is incredible. The
Right.
songs are different. I think it'll let Eddie relax a little bit
Right.
with the playing. It's
Yeah.
a little more simpler
Yeah.
form. And you know what? I think a lot of the fans would really like to see
Well,
it.
Sammy sounds great.
And Sammy
still.
can still
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know?
Getting Mike back is important.
And get Mike back.
Mike
yes.
is
That would have to happen.
Mike is very key. He is a secret weapon that people never look toward. Mike is that glue that
Absolutely.
keeps that Van Halen
Yeah,
flavor
yeah.
going. He really is.
And it's a shame, man, because, you know, when we went and saw The Circle not too long ago, about
Okay.
a year or two ago,
Yeah.
and when Michael Anthony walked out,
Yeah.
it was like seeing John Bon Jovi, you know, from the girls back
That's
then. You know, we were like, oh my God, it's Michael Anthony,
That's
man.
right,
And then
that's
Sammy
right.
came
Because I
out.
haven't seen him since 1984.
You know?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
you know,
It's
it was
incredible.
great.
It's
So,
incredible.
Yeah, he's got some aura.
Now, what do you think of the whole Dave Vegas thing? What do you think is going to happen with that? What do you think? You don't know? Nothing to say?
I mean, listen, we're all sitting wondering what's
Yeah.
going to go on. We thought about going out there in March. I want to see what the feedback is on the January,
yeah.
February shows.
I'm going in January myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Dave. We love Dave, but if it's really, really bad and he's got cheesy musicians,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I don't
they're
wanna waste
going
my
a
money.
different route, man. One that I wasn't expecting. I was
Yeah.
expecting a little more solid foundation
Yeah,
of Van
tight.
Halen.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what they're after.
Yeah.
After talking with them,
Yeah.
and that's a little disappointing. I don't
Yeah.
want to see a Vegas version of
the
Van
Dave
Halen.
Grohl.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm into. Really,
Exactly.
you know, so.
Exactly. Do you think Sammy can come back, or do you think he's burnt his bridge too hard?
nobody knows with Van Halen.
Yeah. Right?
I don't think Sammy burnt any bridges, to be honest with you.
No,
man.
well, the book was pretty harsh.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes the truth hurts, man.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
You know,
It's true. Why do you think Michael Anthony is so abused? He's supposed to be the nicest guy in rock. Everybody says it, but he's been abused.
Well, reading Running with the Devil, he's married to his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of those guys that got cut up with Ozzy, like
Right.
returning to hotel rooms and shows. It just seemed like he was a straight ahead, normal guy, what Noel wrote in the book.
Right.
So why would they beat him up like that? You know, it's beyond my
Sure.
Why would they think?
And he went through tough times. So
Yeah.
He just needed loyalty to
Yeah.
be there, and he went with Sammy. To
Yeah.
Freak him out.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. So now, do you guys sell merch?
Yeah,
Do you do your own, but you sell like
chains, coffee cups.
Absolutely.
When we have someone there to do it for us.
Cool. Excellent. And where does the name stem from? It was originally Unchained, and then you upped it to completely Unchained?
Kevin, you can explain this
Yeah,
one.
I was in Unchained. We did a lot of shows, and our singer left to go be with the Atomic Punks.
Oh, okay.
Because Ralph was going off to do
Right.
stuff.
So you replaced Ralph?
So,
Okay.
well, yeah, he went to go replace Ralph, and then we had a bunch of shows booked as Unchained, and our old guitar player knew Gene, and said, let's just grab Gene and cover these gigs. So we were doing them as Unchained, and then the old singer was kind of getting a little tweaked some success with his name, and he's like, change the name. So we ended up just adding completely to it to be just a different version.
Yeah.
And that's how that really.
Do you think that also balances it because you do both sides of Van Halen? It's completely unchained,
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah.
it makes it like you guys are doing it all, right?
Yeah.
Now, go through each of you. What is your favorite Van Halen song and why?
We're talking about listening or playing?
Well, let's go with both. You can say both.
All right, my favorite song to listen to would probably be Mean Street.
Okay.
My favorite song to play on stage with these guys is probably Feel Your Love Tonight.
Feel Your Love, that's a fun one.
You know why? Because when Kevin and I sing together, man, it's like
love that.
angels, man. And that song's got great vocals.
So that's cool. So now also, which one is the hardest to play Eddie-wise? The toughest, the most challenging?
I would say possibly Romeo Delight is pretty challenging.
Okay.
It's got every aspect of his technical style in
Right,
there.
right.
It's fast and it's quick and it's a tough one.
Okay. And what about yourself? What's your favorite to listen to? What's your
I
favorite?
love listening to Panama.
Yeah.
And I love performing Half a Teacher.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, it's just, Half a Teacher's just got
Yeah.
this groove. And
Yeah.
you got a guy like Frank Duncan back there laying it down. You know what I mean?
And plus, you got a lot of room to play around,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of Roth's playground,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
What about yourself, Kevin?
Roth era, probably Feel Your Love Tonight, and Sammy era, probably Right Now.
Yeah, right. That's cool. That's awesome. What do you think people expect from you guys? Like, how many Sammy songs do you drop in a set? Like, how do you know how many to
only
put
do
in
about
there?
4.
You do about 4.
Yeah, like
Okay.
every 6, I'll do a costume change or 7.
Okay.
And, Kevin will run the show, and I'll go do my thing, and then
Where do you buy David Lee Roth clothes?
I get them made now, professionally.
You get them made? Wow. What about you? What do you do for Eddie?
Eddie's a little harder,
Wow.
man.
Oh my God, red and white striped
You
pants.
gotta order them, or you gotta find somebody that knows what they're doing and make them. Or
Really?
I just got a shirt made on Vistaprint, so it's tricky. You gotta be creative.
Wow. So which shirt do you have? Like the No Bozo shirt or the Dice
I have
shirt?
the No Bozo shirt. I don't wear that. I have the Dice shirt that I had to make myself.
Oh wow.
I just ordered the Los Angeles Raiders shirt. That
Yeah.
Eddie's wear.
Wow.
I was able to find some pants, online, but the jumpsuits you have to have made. Man,
Are you sort of like 1984 Eddie?
I like to be like 81, 83,
81,
84,
83,
in that
84.
era, yeah.
And Dave, you kind of go all over the map with Dave, right?
I'll even go like David Lee Roth solo stuff, It's
Really?
glitter and
Oh, shit.
and sequence.
Wow. Do you ever do a Roth solo song or no?
We used to do just like Paradise and Yankee Rose.
Okay, you don't do that anymore. That
No,
was when you were
I
the
mean,
Unchained days?
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right, cool. And now also, in terms of the interaction with the crowd, do you play around with the crowd? Do you interact with the crowd the way
Absolutely.
Dave did?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's part of the show.
Part of the show. Oh, yeah?
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. And like when the kids are there, I always note the kids.
Right.
I'll go into a David Lee Roth shtick, but then,
Yeah.
I'll stop and thank the troops and the vets. and
Right,
stuff
of
like
course. Do you flirt with the girls and stuff?
that. I speak to the girls.
You speak to the girls.
I don't flirt with them.
Awesome. And all right, so that's great, guys. Listen, I really appreciate talking with you guys. It's been a pleasure. You got your dinner, you're ready to eat. So we're going to wrap up here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I'd like to give a plug out to my sponsors.
Yeah, sure.
I want to thank Solar Guitars, Intune Guitar Picks, Pariah Pickups, GHS Strings, and what was the other one? Floyd Rose.
And our website, completelyunchainedrocks.com.
You got it.
Whoa! How about that for rock video music fans? Live all day, all night. You know what you need. Only right here on Dave TV.
Check us out on Facebook at Dave and Dave Unchained, a Van Halen podcast, on Twitter at DD Unchained, on Instagram at DD Unchained Podcast, and you can email us at ddunchainedpodcast@gmail.com.
Hello.
Is this that fucking Marconi?
Eddie Money, you're back from the dead?
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm back here. I'm doing nothing but writing. I got a new song. You ready to hear it?
I hesitate, but okay.
It's a remake of one of my old classics. I think you're gonna like it. If you fuck my wife, I'm gonna beat you to an inch of your life. If you...
You put way too much work into that.
Oh my God, I'm out of my mind.
I I feel like we're obligated to do an Eddie Money podcast now.
I think we should. What should we call it?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh man, I gotta give that no control. I don't know.
How about my T-shirts used to fit me? The Eddie Money podcast.
Ooh, I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
It's a deep
I do
reach.
like that.
It's a deep
I
reach.
like that. It is a deep reach, but I love that song.
Of
so
course.
Talk about my T-shirts, the way you used to fit me.
Right. Wow, I like that. We may have to just do the podcast just so we can call it that.
Exactly, right?
Hey, it's Talk About My T-Shirts, the Eddie Money podcast. Featuring me, the ghost of Eddie Money.
Oh, man.
I'm the ghost of Eddie Money future, and I'm the ghost of Eddie Money past. When I go back in time, in 1992, when Dave grabbed my wife's ass.
All right, don't be making up stuff now. Come on now.
All right, you're right. All right, you ready?
Yes.